Empty set here.
Crack on Glick. Watch crack on Glick.
Kind of in a Pekin formation as they're going to run a motion man out to the left. They're going to swing pass out to the left flat, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, actually driven backwards. Met behind the line of scrimmage. I was looking at the white line. Another tackle for the loss for the Panthers. So we've had 5 completed plays, and 4 of them have resulted in tackles for loss. The lone that hasn't was a 25-yard pass play down the far side. So here we go with a third down and long again. It'll be third down and 13. Ball is at the Panther 43-yard line. See if Pekin can stay strong here and finish this thing off this time. And I'm not sure, Zach, we were watching in pregames. Their field goal kicker could make it from a distance, so we'll see how much they actually have to get. Here comes the empty set. Twin receivers to the far side. Twin to the right, and a pass down the field is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Dylan Mason. Mason could have made that catch, however, he was going to be, as you saw, immediately hit afterwards. Yep. So he was well short of the first down. He would have still had about 7 yards to go after he made that catch. So good stop there by Pekin. It looks like Danville's going to punt. They're sending Will Adam back to receive the punt.
Oh, wow.
Punter's going to get the ball at about their own 45. They'll go over to about the 47. Gets it to Adam. Adam just lets it go as it rolls all the way down near the end zone and just dies dead. Ball is going to be downed inside the 10-yard line, maybe even inside the 5. Oh, wait, that's the far corner of the field right now from where we're at. Hard to really see where the actual line is with the crown of the field.
See, that was a good play there by the defense. They were having a spot on with watching the run game, which quarterback, as you can tell, they had pressure on him right away. The only thing there that I saw was the man coverage there was a little rusty. That's something that they're going to have to adapt later in the game. And remember, it's still just the beginning of the game, but we'll see how this offensive drive does.
They're starting off on their own 5-yard line. Adam has Glick in motion, hands it to him. Glick to the right side. He's got to see him all the way up to near the 25-yard line before he's wrestled. That'll be a Panther first down. And actually, he's a little closer. I can't see the yard lines very well right now. Maybe he's only at the 20. I think he's at 20, 18-yard line. So 13-yard run for Glick to start things off. Panthers ready to run again. They send Glick in motion again. Hand it to him again. Same play to the right side. Falls forward for a decent gain. I'd say gain 3 or 4. Brings second down for Pekin. And I guess if it worked that well the first time, why not try it again? Set up something on the backside here. We'll see. As Adam huddles them up. They did give him 5 yards on that, so it'll be 2nd and 5. As Adam takes the snap, hands it off to Henry Adam, who's met at the line of scrimmage, and little to no gain. Might even have lost a step. If he lost anything, it wasn't much. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
By the way, Josh, we are back online and live on Facebook and YouTube after a rough start there.
Okay. Well, welcome back for those of you that are watching us live versus watching the replay. Here comes Pekin with a 3rd and 5. At the 23-yard line. Here's a fake handoff to Henry Adam, and Will Adams going to take off himself down the right side. He goes. Blindside block's going to be called, so this is going to negate this play. Adam is pushed out of bounds at about the 47-yard line, but clear blindside block on the backside. We saw this a couple times last week. And really, I mean, Adam would have had the first down without the block. He probably wouldn't have got as far down the field without it, but nonetheless, that negates that long play. And officials meeting there at the 40-yard line. No signal yet. Of course, we won't see the hand signals because they'll face the other way. But they called a personal foul. That's all I could see. So I'm sure it was a blindside block. That's what it looked like. They called a block in the back. That was definitely not a block in the back, but at least that doesn't go down as a personal foul. So that makes it 3rd and 7 now after all that. He's basically lost 2 yards on the play and have to do it again. Pekin's going to come out. They're going to have Henry and Glick, Henry Adam and Glick up on the line in the up back position. Will's got an empty set. Fakes the handoff to Henry Adam. He goes down to the right side again. This time he's got decent yardage. He's all the way up past the first down marker. The first down for Pekin. They haven't signaled first down yet, but it's got to be past it. If you can't tell yet from our video, we are not very elevated up off of what the bleachers would be, so our angles to the near sideline and to the yard markers on to the right side of the field and the far left side of the field are a little difficult.
And we are behind windows tonight as well.
We are. They're dirty windows. Here come the Panthers with the 1st and 10. Ball is spotted right at the 30-yard line. This drive started at their own 5, so inching their way out as they do. Here's a pass. Adam throws it up the field to Glick. Glick catches it right at the 50, falls forward to the 48-yard line, First down for the Panthers. Nice little seam route there, ran by Nolan Glick. Almost a hot route looking thing, just right up the middle. Not trying to hide nothing, sticks his hands up, and Will Adam throws a dart.
That was one thing I've been talking about the whole season. Will Adam there, he's really good at scrambling. You can obviously see it there, even though they had that penalty, or that flag I should say. He still got back up, did the same deal, same play, so we'll see what he does again on this drive.
Glick to Will Adams' left. Here's a snap, it's a handoff to Glick. He runs to the right side, now back inside, and gets pushed forward from behind by the Danville Bears. Glick was running hard, but gave him 2 or 3 yards by trying to wrap up from behind, so gain of about 7 or 8. He'd be a 2nd down and short here. Adam empty. He's got Glick and Adam up tight. He's going to fake it to Glick. Keeps himself. Comes to the near side. He's got a seam all the way down to the 10-yard line. Glick cuts outside. And he's going to be drugged down at about the 7 for another first down for the Panthers. All the way down to about the 7-yard line. That'll bring up a 1st and goal for the Panthers. And remind you, this drive started at their own 5-yard line. So really nothing huge. Just pounding the rock and moving it. Of course, we had that nice pass play to Glick, but for the most part, Pekin's just winning the front 5 or winning the battle right now, and it's showing. Will Adams hands it off to Henry Adam. He cuts the left side, and he's in for the Panther touchdown. That is the first Sinclair Tractor touchdown of the night, and Pekin leads 6-0. That will complete the 95-yard drive for the Panther touchdown. They'll line up and go for 2 here. We'll have to send Zach out to check the time on the game clock here once we get this conversion completed, because we cannot see it from here. Pekin coming with a double running back formation. They got Glick to his left, Henry Adam behind him, hands it to Henry. He's met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. It looks like he's going to be just short, though, so they will not convert. Our score will remain 6-0 with 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Pekin leads 6-0. And we'll send it over to Steve.
Hey, after a rough start to our broadcast tonight, we do... we did a test before we went on the air, and everything was great. Of course, then we started, and everything was not great. So glad to be back on here on Facebook and YouTube. Sorry for any technical difficulties that you guys had at home, but we do thank all of our sponsors. We thank our headliner, which is Helmuth Ford in Sigourney. We've got Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Fairfield Precast Concrete, Sigourney Body Shop, Shetler Insurance Services, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, also Copeland Auto Body, Son-in-Law Services, South Ottumwa Savings Bank, A whole bunch of sponsors, including Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Oski Dental, Sinclair Tractors, Sinclair Napa, Federation Bank, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Cranston Family Funeral Home, Nutrien Ag Solutions, Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa, and of course we'll be naming the Daisy Dew Landscaping Player of the Game later on. So we thank all of our sponsors for jumping on board and supporting Pekin football.
All right. As the Pekin Panthers come out to kick this thing off, we've seen this scene a lot so far this season for just having 2 games under their belt, and they're ready to do it again. As the kick is a nice, about the 12-yard line. It's fielded by Walker. He comes up the middle, now goes back outside, and he's immediately met and wrapped up. Dropped down there by Landon Crow, right around the 25-yard line.
3 of them there. That was awesome.
And tell me if I'm wrong, Josh, but Crow didn't play for Pekin last year, but he's been a pretty key asset player these past couple games for Pekin, but I don't quite remember where he played for.
Very, very timely. I do believe he came over to Pekin from Sigourney, but just not 100% certain on that. I'm sure somebody will comment it if I'm wrong, but definitely just he's had some timely plays here, the Pekin offense. Certainly not the center of it, and special teams. Not the center of it, but he's had some key plays. Here's a quick pass to the flats to the near side. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to step out of bounds. Shy of the first down, but pretty good gain on first down there. They're going to mark him out. The dirty window's in my way. I'm going to call it 2nd down and 3, so give him a gain of 7 on that. As that's only the second positive play from scrimmage for Danville. As Bauer is back, he's got a running back to his right. That is Belser. He's going to hand it to him. To the left side he goes. He's met in the backfield, but spins his way free. Now there's a big pile pushing each other, and they fall sideways, so nobody really won that push on those front 2 lines. It's going to be another gain of a yard or 2. Call it 3rd down and a short 2 or a long 1, however you want to look at it. Belser is how they say it on the intercom there, the PA announcer, so that's how I'll start saying that one. Here comes the Bears. They're overloaded to the near side. Empty set. It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way. He's met hard at the line of scrimmage by Henry Adam. Dropped right at the 35-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a 1st down for the Bears. So 1st and 10 for them. They actually moved it up to 36 is where the line judge is at. As Weisler checks out now for the Bears. Pekin's front's been dominant again with that linebacker play from Henry and Will Adam too. See if they can figure this thing out this time around. Here comes Danville. Hand off to the left side. He's met hard again by Henry Adam, but able to fall forward. Pekin certainly putting the pop on these Bears this drive, but the Bears are finding their way to kind of spin out of that initial pop and fall forward.
And that's the thing that we've been talking about all season, too, is their defensive line on that whole defensive line there. But tonight, I know the defensive line's doing some damage, but Henry Adams has been playing a phenomenal game, and it's only the first quarter.
Yeah. Here we go with the motion to the left side. It's another handoff to the same spot. He's met and falls forward again. So, again, make an impact right at the line of scrimmage, if not just behind it. The difference in this drive is the Bear running backs are falling forward. This will bring up a 3rd down, though. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. Ball is currently at the 41-yard line of the Bears. Cannot even see the play clock, which it's got to be getting down there. They were in that huddle for a long time. The Bears line up. He's got Sherwood to his right. Now a double motion. There should have been a flag. There comes the flag, and now you whistle it dead. 2 Danville players went into motion at once. That is illegal. And that'll move them back 5. Give them 3rd down and 9 after they march this thing back. Officially called a legal shift. Be a 3rd down and 9 here. As another whistle and blown dead. Far sideline judge this time throws the handkerchief on the field. I would assume, as early as that was playing dead, that has to be another false start of some sort. It is a false start. Another 5. Now it is 3rd down and long. 3rd and 14.
This is the perfect. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
This is the perfect opportunity for the Panthers here. They've gotten 2. They lost a total of 10 yards before they've played a second snap. So if they can control the quarterback here or watch the run game, this could be an easy drive for them.
Got 3 receivers the near side bunched up. Near the line of scrimmage, drop back pass. 3-4 step drops. He completes the catch up the field. It's going to be shy of the 1st down, though. Catch was good. He completed it to Kessler Whaley and just hit immediately by a couple of Panthers out there. So brings it up to number 4, or to the up just past the 40. So it'd be 4th down and about 5, and that's going to give the Bears the punt. Will Adam drops back. He's standing at his own 25-yard line right now. Punt is off, and it's a long punt going towards the far sideline. Takes a Bears roll, but rolls out of bounds, and they are going to spot it out of bounds at about the 25, 26-yard line, I do believe, is where he... Wait till he gets in his spot here. Be the 23-yard line. That's where Panthers will take over to start their next drive here, the last drive. I might think that this is deep in their territory, but the last drive started their own 5 and able to get all the way down there. Now they're starting at their own 23. And Adams empty back. He's got Glick and Henry Adam up tight, sending man in motion. Drop back to pass. Passes up the middle, and it's picked off by Danville, and he's got a lot of space in front of him. He's got Adam to beat. He beats around him. Cuts one more corner, but no, one of the linemen able to get back and stop the touchdown. That was intercepted by Kesley Whaley and nearly taken into the house. The touchdown was saved out there by Caden Bender, who immediately took the right angle to protect that ball from getting into the end zone, because the way that Wesley was running, he didn't have a whole lot in front of him, or Whaley, I should say. But now the Bears have the ball at their own 9-yard line, so it'll be 1st down and goal, and right up to the line they go. Snap, held by the quarterback, and he's tackled for a loss. 3 white jerseys wrapping him up there as they pull each other off the pile. I do believe Mr. Alton Williams was the first one to get there. So that moves him back to the 12-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. And this is a true test for this Panther defense, and especially the front line there. There's a couple guys in that last drive kind of getting moved around, relying a lot on their corners and their linebackers and safeties to come up and finish off the tackle, and we'll see if they can hold up stronger here. Here's a drop back, a pass to the end zone. It's out of the reach of number 2, Dylan Mason. He had a step on the defender, but this pass was just out of the reach. So that brings up 3rd down and goal now. As Danville will run the play in from the sideline. Again, this is another one where they're taking quite a while in the huddle. I wish we could see the actual play clock. Maybe start a stopwatch. Here comes Bauer. Snap. Rolls to his right. He's in trouble. Now he's thinking about tucking and running. Floats a pass to the end zone, and his man wasn't looking. They were not on the same page. It was intended for Grady Walker, but threw it behind him. That brings up 4th down and goal from the 12. Most likely, based on what we saw in pregame warmups, we'll see a field goal attempt here. But what a stand by the Panther defense there to keep them out of the end zone. And you got to give that drive to Bender on immediately getting back on that pickoff as a lineman, getting back and protecting that end zone. That's Caden Bender. They kept him out of the end zone, and the Panther defense did the rest. Aiden Koenig, the kicker for the Bears. He's going to kick this from his 20 or from his 15. It is good. Call that a 25-yard field goal. And our score is now Pekin 6, Danville 3. And we'll check on the time here momentarily as Steve talks about the sponsors real quick.
All right. Once again, we do thank our sponsors. After a rough start to our stream tonight, we are rocking and rolling here from Danville. And Helmuth Ford in Sigourney is our headline sponsor for our broadcast this year for Pekin football. We also thank Fairfield Precast Concrete, Sigourney Body Shop, Shetler Insurance Services, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, Copeland Auto Body, Son-in-Law Services, South Ottumwa Savings Bank, Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Oski Dental, Sinclair Tractors, Sinclair Napa, Federation Bank, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Cranston Family Funeral Home, Nutrient Ag Solutions, and Bridget's Public House. Daisy Dew Landscaping brings us our player of the game. And again, Helmuth Ford, our headline sponsor for our games this year. As again, first quarter score 6-3 in favor of Pekin. Danville getting ready to kick off. Let's go back to Josh and Zach.
All righty. Zach ran out there and checked the clock. We're down to 7 seconds here in the opening corner, so we'll see how long this kickoff return takes, but may not see an offensive play this quarter. It just depends on the kickoff, but Danville's lining up at their 40, back deep. Deepest return man for the Panthers will be Robert Brown.
Are we going middle, or where are we going with this, Josh?
I don't know if you talked about it, Josh, but Robert Brown with a monster game last week.
He did. We did not quite get there. We talked about how he's up there in the state stats. As here's a low kick fielded out there and making a hit all the way across the field up to about the 30. No, he's pushing forward up to the 33. 33-yard line is where Pekin will start their drive. That was Riley Smith on the return. And there must be enough time to run one offensive play here from in the first quarter. As we mentioned before that kickoff, there was 7 seconds left. And if you are just tuning in, we cannot see the play clock, scoreboard. We cannot see any of that here tonight in our position. So you have to bear with us on the clock. Every time there's a change of possession, Mr. Zach, the wise man will go out and check that clock for us. Here's a handoff to Glick to the right side. He's met at the 35. The alarm sounds that the quarter is over. It'll be a decent game there on first down. He probably got 4 or 5 anyway, so it'll be a second down. Looks like 4 if the yard marker is correct. So it would be a second down and 6 when we start the second quarter.
Tell you what, we'll sneak in, since our stream got kind of off to a wacky start, we'll sneak in a commercial from our headline sponsor, Helmuth Ford.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
And we thank Helmuth Ford for being our headliner on Pekin football. And a second quarter about ready to get underway. I'll throw it back to Josh and Zach. You guys can talk about what we've had so far.
Well, Pekin starting off the first drive there, really able to stuff Danville. They did get the one big pass play. The second drive, Danville started to move the ball a little bit as Pekin's a couple guys on the left side of the defensive line seem to be letting them push through, and linebackers unable to hold them up as much. But big goal line stand there by the Panthers after the Will Adam interception to hold the Bears to a field goal. But here we are, Pekin with a 2nd down and 6. Ball is at the 36-yard line. Snap to Adam is low. He has to pick it up off the ground. He's in trouble in the backfield. He's going to lose 2 or 3 yards. Snap rolled to him. He had to bend over to pick it up. Actually nearly got his knee on the ground when he was bending over, so tried to make something out of it. Couldn't. That'll bring up a 3rd down and looks like about 9 as they spot the ball at the 34-yard line. Comes Will Adam. He's got Glick and Henry Adam in the up back position. It's going to be a quick pass to the flats. That's Riley Smith. He gets up to, or excuse me, that's Robert Brown. Gets up to the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. Not going to be enough for a 1st down. That'll bring up a 4th down and short. And it looks like Pekin's going to send the punting unit onto the field. They are going to punt.
They got 2 guys deep.
Not a familiar scene for Pekin Panther football on the season thus far, but that bad snap sometimes is all it takes is one play to disrupt a drive.
They didn't break it.
Here's a call for too many men on the field
We did not break
offensively. So that'll march them back 5 more. Moves the ball to the 36-yard line. Ball is on the near side hash. Danville's got 2 returners back deep. It is same 2 as the kick returners, Grady Walker and Kessler Whaley. They're standing at about their own 32-yard line, so they're not expecting much of a punt here as the punt is let go. It's a low line drive punt right up the middle, fielded by Walker. He goes up the middle, makes first man miss up at the Bear logo at the 50-yard line before he's wrapped up by a couple of Panthers. Falls forward into Panther territory. They actually gave him a favorable spot there. They're going to put him at the 47. Called a 20-yard punt return. So it'll be a 1st and 10. Pekin leads by 3. Early in the 2nd quarter here. Here comes a ball on the ground, and the Panthers recover it.
Wow, nice.
I glanced down for a second and did not see that unfold. That was Lauren Beck. They recovered the fumble. Was that did you see, Zach, if that was a bad snap? I was glanced down to look at some numbers on my sheet here and looked up, and Panther was standing up with the ball.
That was so that was a bad snap by Danville there, but then Cal Miller got the ball. They got the ball there, and it seemed like they recovered it there, so now it's Panthers' ball.
That's exactly why I was looking down, because I thought I had my rosters backwards. Here comes Will Adam. He goes up the middle, now fires a pass as he steps forward the pocket. It's completed. And running, still running, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. There's Nolan Glick. It's another big completion to Glick. Adam with fancy footwork there, moved up in the pocket. He was near the line of scrimmage when he fired that thing. And the Panthers all the way down to the line judge is standing actually on the 9-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal at the 9. Panthers come right back out. Glick and Adam to the left and right of Will. Snap, handoff to Glick. He goes right up the middle, pushes and powers his way all the way down, rumbling down, but not quite in. He gets past the 5-yard line.
Lions got to hold that better. Our line's got to hold that better.
He was driving his legs hard trying to make that happen. There was a lot of traffic there. Couldn't quite do it, and We've seen that a few times from Coach Weber, where you get a Pekin Panther guy that gets him close to the end zone on a big play. They're going to get the ball the next play to give him one more chance to finish the job. And see what he does here now is Glick and Henry Adam return back to that up back position. Twin receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. It's Elijah Brock, and Will Adams going to keep it himself, and he's in for the score. Walks into the end zone, does Will Adams. And the Panthers lead 12-0 now. That is another Sinclair Tractor touchdown for Pekin Panthers.
That's a good thing as well here on that drive. The Panthers knew what they needed to do there. Cal Miller, again, got a really good recovery there. And just like what you said with Adam and Glick, they're really good running back duo there. And like I said, if they want the extra yard, they want one play, they're going to give everything they can to do it.
And here's actually an extra point from the Panthers. It's Henry Adam who pokes it through and makes it. And that brings our score to 13-0. That's the first extra point attempted. And the Panthers have scored a lot of touchdowns this year so far. And first time that they attempted the extra point. You know, we talked about that at the last game, that it looked like Henry Adams certainly had the leg on the kickoffs and stuff. So maybe it's just an accuracy thing. And he's been working on it, and they do it. And now it is 13-0 in favor of Pekin. Here, probably midway through the second quarter, we'll have to get another time check while the clock stopped right now. Alrighty. Well, we just got some lights turned on here in the studio. Whoa. And we got footballs and cups bouncing off the windows. So windows are protecting us here tonight. However, we are close enough that those cheerleaders would be able to get one of those footballs into the press box. However, glass is blocking it. Maybe these people in front of us can help us out there.
We got the lights going on and off, and it's because of me, because we get such a glare off of the window when we turn the lights on here in the press box that we need to have them off.
Here's Henry Adam ready to kick this thing off. 10 minutes left here in the second quarter. As Zach, the wise man Zach, just went and checked the clock. Comes Adams' kickoff. It's a nice kickoff. Fielded at the 5-yard line by Brock. He's going to go up the middle now, cut to the far side, and he's in trouble. Wrapped up, dropped in the 20-yard line. Great special teams play by the Panthers. And now Danville will start at their own 20, the deepest in their own territory that they've started a drive here tonight. And they'll have a lot of work to do. Coming off the turnover the last time out.
I think this is here what I was talking about at the beginning of the game here. Panthers, they're coming to adapt to a new team. This team's definitely a lot harder than Van Buren and Cardinal. But now that they're starting to find a groove in their play style, this is what you're seeing here is some good Panther football.
Didn't mention either when Danville kicked that field goal. That was the first point scored on the Panthers this year, so well-played defense. And now here's a sweep to the far side, and he's in trouble. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped for a loss. That's a long ways away. I'll see who that is. It looked like it was Henry Adam. It was. I do believe that.
I think it was Will Adam.
Was it Will Adam?
I think it was Will.
And they're both coming back from that corner, so.
Something inside is my guess. Just go for the punt.
That's going to be a huge loss on the play. And they're going to drop him back almost 10 yards. Bring down a second down and almost 20. Not what Danville designed. Here's quad receivers to the far side. They're going to throw a screen out there to the flat. Bubble screen, but it's read nicely by Pekin. However, Danville's runner, able to sport his way through. The rest of the Panthers show up to clean up the mess, and there's little to no gain on that. It'll be third down and forever for the Danville Bears deep in their own territory. So, Panthers on the verge of forcing a punt deep in for Danville, deep in their own territory. We'll see.
It is third down, Chris. Where is Josh have punting? You gonna block it? You going for it here? You're going for a block, aren't you?
Here comes the Bears. They got twin receivers to the near side, a single receiver to the far side, running back by the quarterback, and this is whistled dead before they can get started. A timeout is going to be called by Danville. That is their first timeout of the game before they run this long third down conversion play.
All right, we're in the second quarter, and Pekin leads 13-3. We thank all of our sponsors. Helmuth Ford, our headliner on Pekin football. We've got a bunch of sponsors that we want to thank, including Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Cranston Family Funeral Home, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Federation Bank, Sinclair Napa. We also have Sinclair Tractor, Oski Dental, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Barn Wired, South Ottumwa Savings Bank, Son-in-Law Services, Copeland Auto Body, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, Shuttler Insurance Services. We've got Sigourney Body Shop, Fairfield Precast Concrete, and also Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, all on board for our Pekin Panther football coverage this year here on Steve Shuttler Media.
All righty, we had Zach go check the clock. 8:16 here in the first half remaining. Bears getting ready to face a third down and very long. Can't see the yardage based on where the down marker is, and it's going to be about an 18, third and 18.
Looks like it's third and 18 at their 12-yard line.
All right. One quick score update. Oskaloosa is at Grinnell tonight. Grinnell leads 7-0 after one. Here's a rollout pass, and he throws it deep down the field. He's got a man. He's open. He catches it. He's got the first down and dancing out for more. If he can get the corner, he'll be gone. But the Panthers pursuit and tackle him at about the 42-yard line of Pekin. So another huge play for the Danville Bears passing-wise. Something we talked about at the top of the stream here is that they do have a passing attack. They're certainly capable of picking up chunk yardage. Pekin's done a great job so far tonight of keeping a lot of the stuff in front of them, but have got burnt by a couple of those pass plays. Nonetheless, that flips the field. Now we're in Pekin territory, and the Bears have it first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Twin receivers to the far, twins on either side. Here comes a handoff up the middle. He dances sideways and ran into immediately. Hanging out there playing in containment was Nolan Glick, and he just let the runner dance sideways into him. Did throw him forward for a yard. Maybe caught Glick on his heels just a little bit there. If he drove through that tackle, probably would have been a tackle for a loss. Nonetheless, it'll be second down at the 41-yard line. They're going to send trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Running back in the gun with Bauer. Bauer is going to swing it out to the running back in the flats. He catches it, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage, dives forward for a yard or two to bring up a third down. Third and medium. It'll be third and about 7. Another third down here. Not quite as long as the last third down, but certainly. Pekin looking for a stop here. Yeah, I really wish you could see that play clock there. Seems like they've taken a long time in the huddle there. Here comes trips to the right, twins to the left, and a timeout is called by Coach Weber to talk things over. Coming with that empty set formation, 5 wide receivers on the field. So make an adjustment on the defense if that's what they're going to do. So they take their first timeout of the game.
Any updates on scores, Josh? What were you saying that Oski score was?
7-0 in favor of Grinnell at the end of the first quarter. Checking some more here as we work through this timeout. Danville will still have that 3rd and 7 when we come back to playing here. But
so again, we thank everybody for tuning in on this Friday night. Again, the stream, not the greatest from down here in Danville in southeast Iowa, but we thank you for hanging out with us. Thank all of our sponsors, including Helmuth Ford, and all of the sponsors that you see rotating in your bottom right corners. So appreciate everybody for helping out with our broadcast, and thank everybody for tuning in.
We got East Marshall is leading Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont by a score of 21-0. Sigourney Keota is playing at Mid Prairie for their homecoming, and here's a pickoff by Pekin. It is all the way and gone is Robert Brown. A pick six and a 3rd and 7, and Pekin territory turns into a Pekin touchdown. Robert Brown anticipated that. Ball was a little overthrown. He had 3 steps on anybody who was even going to try to catch him. He speeds his way in. Sinclair tractor touchdown for the Panthers.
Now, Pekin's offense is good enough. Danville doesn't need to be helping him out with the pick sixes.
Yeah. Brings it to 19-3 right now, as they're going to try. Henry Adams going to try another point after try. Will Adams holding. Snap is high, but fielded by Will. He gets it down. Kick is up and looks good. It is good. So 20-3 is our score. And also, Robert Brown had quite the night receiving his last time out off the defensive there. Plenty of defensive yards and a pick six. I mean, that's any pick six is always going to be an automatic nominee for Daisy Dew Landscape Player of the Game. But certainly when you got a kid that can perform like he does offensively and then come out defensively at the corner. There is 6:03 left here before halftime, as Pekin leads 20-3 over Danville. There is no score updated. Was just checking in on Sigourney Keota. North Mahaska and Central Decatur are in the first quarter. Just 9 minutes left still in the first quarter. They must have started that one later. Anyway, it is scoreless there. As Pekin gets ready to kick this thing off, I'll stop trying to catch scores and watch the game. Here comes the kickoff from Henry Adam. Another deep kick all the way back to the end zone. This is going to go through the end zone and a touchback for the Bears. So Henry Adam showing off his leg here tonight.
Henry Adams impressive, not just as a kicker, but he's a punter. He does their field goal, and he's a phenomenal running back as well. So all in all, he's just a phenomenal football player, and that's a nice thing that the Pekin Panthers have is if they're having an advantage with the player on one position, they can always use him in multiple positions, and he'll benefit the team, and you don't see that a lot.
With that touchback, that'll put Danville at the 20-yard line. I actually was unsure for a second with the different kickoff rules across high school, NCAA, and the NFL. I'm like, I honestly don't remember. So I was waiting to see where they went. First touchback that we've seen here on the season as well.
Seven's not getting the ball.
And the man in motion behind the quarterback. They're just going to roll and run to the right. He is tackled right at the line of scrimmage. He rolled around and acted like he's going to still run, and actually looks like he might be a little slow to get up. Here's their quarterback, Bauer. Let's see, they do say that he gained a little bit there. Not quite a yard, but call it 2nd down and 9. As Pekin can get a defensive stop, one more score here before halftime. Of course, they'll get the ball after the half. They could really put this game on ice. Here comes snap to Bauer. He's going to hand off right at the middle. Breaks his way through for a decent game. Riley Smith. That was Gage Stucker. Good carry. Just give him 2 yards. So 3rd and 7 now for Danville. As the Bears do, kind of the old school player in, player out to bring the play in. Anymore these days, you see a lot of signals, or you see the quarterback over on the sideline. Comes a motion to the far side. Empty set for Bauer. He throws it out to the right flat, and he's met in the backfield, but spins his way free up the field. He is well short of the first down. See where they spot it. They'll bring up a 4th down for Danville, and you got to think they have to punt in this situation. All the way deep in their own territory, they will. They're going to say a no gain on the play, so it'll be 4th down and 7. And we got, I do believe, Will Adam back standing at his own 40-yard line, awaiting this kick. Kicking will be Aiden Cone. They send a man in motion. The up back had some more strength behind the line of scrimmage, behind the center. So here's the snap. Punt is away. It's shanked towards the right and goes out of bounds, nearly into the bleachers. It's going to be a very short punt. Line judge is going to stop at about the 35. He's still walking forward. Oh, my. He's going to spot that ball at about the 30-yard line. Wow. That punt wouldn't even got a first down. They put it at the 29-yard line officially, so a complete shank. And now Panthers are set up good, golden here. 1st and 10 at the Bear 29-yard line. Direct snap to Glick. He's going to follow Will Adam down to the right side. Cuts back up the middle. Makes first man miss. Powers his way forward. Falls forward all the way down to about the 15-yard line. Had a great lead block out there by Robert Brown. And Brown limping just a little bit coming off of that, but certainly set the block as Glick lowered his head and started powering forward. Brown pushed his guy out of the way, got 2 more yards out of it from that block. That was good enough for a first down. Ball is all the way inside the 20 at about the 18. Snap to Will. He hands it off to Henry Adam. He goes up left side, and he's got a decent gain. Falls down. Gain of probably about 3 or 4. They're now in the spot that you on the camera can probably see better than I can right now. Ball's at the, looks like it's about the 7-yard line.
Not the greatest angle over here.
We're a little close and kind of low to really see this spot of the field well. Will's got Henry to his left. Or excuse me, that's Glick, and it's a direct snap to Glick. He's going to follow Will Adam around the corner all the way up near the goal line. Falls down, though. He's going to be shy. Guy falls down about the 4-yard line. That'll be good enough, though, for a first down. So it'll be first down and goal at the 4 for the Panthers. They lead 20-3 right now, as we've got to be inside in between 2 to 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Can't see the game clock. Here comes Will Adam. He's got Henry to his right, Glick to his left. Hand off to Glick. He goes to the right side, right behind Henry Adam. He's going forward near the goal line, but gets stacked up right there. It was right down there, right at the goal line. They're going to say he did not get in, so it'll be second down and goal. And if you're Danville in this spot, you're almost to the point where this goal line stand can go. It can kind of decide how the rest of this game is going to play out. You really need something positive to happen here. But for us Panther fans, we hope that they punch it in here. Will Adams going to keep it himself, finds a seam, and walks into the end zone for the Panther touchdown. And that Panther touchdown is brought to you by Sinclair Tractor, and the Panthers lead 26-0 here in, or 26-3, here in the second quarter. Henry Adam will try the point after. That's a try. As Will Adam gets set up to hold Henry is going to attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. The Panthers lead 27-3 with 1:50 to go here in the second quarter. So their defense will try to hold on here for another 1:50.
I'll throw on some of our sponsors here in between the kickoff here. We got Helmuth Ford being our headliner. We got Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics is one of our sponsors. Fairfield Precast Concrete, Sigourney Body Shop, Shetler Insurance Services, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, Copeland Auto Body, Son-in-Law Services. I hear they do pretty good work. South Ottumwa Savings Bank, Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Oski Dental, Sinclair Tractor, Sinclair Napa, Federation Bank, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Cranston Family Funeral Home, Nutrient Ag Solutions, and Bridget's Public House located in Oskaloosa. I thank all of our sponsors for making things possible. We are once again being bombarded by the cheerleaders with some footballs. Josh, back to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed. We're close enough that they could actually get him to us here, but the dirty window is blocking him from coming in. And actually, they're ricocheting off, and that one that just hit almost ricocheted off the open window and back in here. So that would have been exciting stuff. Nonetheless, here we are as Danville gets ready to receive the kickoff from Henry Adam. He kicked it into the end zone his last time. Let's see. He's showing off his leg here tonight. Henry approaches, runs up, kicks. Another deep kick. He's got decent leg. Number 5 receives it at the 10. He runs to the right side. He's got the Jets going. Gets around the corner and pushed out of bounds. Right around the 35-yard line. We'll check the spot when the line judge comes to this side of the field. That is Kinsley Whaley. He's got some wheels on him. Unfortunately, he ran sideways more than he did forward, and they will spot it at the 32-yard line.
Hey, Clint, you got 2 timeouts yet from the half. You got 2 timeouts left for yourself. Okay, you got 2 timeouts if you want to use them for another session. Just so you know.
As the Panthers set up, let's try to keep Danville at bay. There's Panther jumped over the line of scrimmage there. We'll see if he was drawn offside. They are going to call it encroachment on the Panthers, so that'll give Danville a 1st down and 5 to work with here.
And apologies if you're watching at home. The Wi-Fi here in Danville is just kind of sketchy.
And he did it.
Here comes the 1st and 5 snap, and it goes off the quarterback's legs. Running back just falls on it wisely to bring up a 2nd down in about 8. Call it long 8, short 9. Or long, yeah, it's moved on me. We'll call it 2nd and 8. Bad snap there, though. So we'll see 2 plays here. One was an encroachment. The other one was a bad snap that the running back for the Bears had to fall on. In at running back for them now is Gage Stucker. Bauer in the gun. He's got twin receivers to the near side. He's going to drop back to pass this one. Pump fakes. Now he throws it up high and deep down the middle of the field. No one's home. Falls incomplete. He was looking for Whaley. Whaley's basically just trying to do the Tyreek Hill thing and just burn him deep, and Bauer could not track him well enough to get the ball to him. So overthrew him. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
I will give him. He was quick.
He is quick.
He was moving, just not fast enough. But
Honestly,
maybe
on his kickoff returns, he was moving, but he was running straight sideways, not up the field, so they didn't get a whole lot out of it. Here comes Bauer. He's got a running back to his right. They're going to motion out to the flat, and they're going to hand it off up the middle in a decent run, but not nearly enough for a 1st down. Got their jerseys mixed up there. I see a 2 and a 3 that jumped out of the pile. Pekin's going to take a timeout with this 4th down, and it's going to be 4th down at about 4, called a long 4, short 5. Pekin's trying to force them to
Hey, it's fourth down. Tell
forced them to punt this away. We got to be getting close to inside a minute to play here in the second half. Pekin has one time. We'll have one timeout remaining if Danville punts the ball back here. They'll have one timeout to work with. And depending on how the punt goes, at least half to 3/4 of the football field to cover. The way Henry Adams been kicking it, why not try if you get a few yards, try a long field goal to end the half? I mean, he's certainly got the leg to do so.
Well, if you get close to that, to the end of the quarter there, and you get the ball back, why not just try it? See what he can do,
Probably depends where they get at. Here's Koenig is out there, so he's gonna punt this thing away. Pekin's gonna send back Riley Smith this time. Smith's gonna stand at his own 25-yard line, waiting to kick.
Their sideline. Moves right into their sideline.
Smith, or the punt is high and deep. Smith fields it at the 25, cuts up to the middle of the field, now cuts back to the far side of the field, running around the corner, dancing around. And cuts all the way back to the near side of the field, gets a few blocks. He's off for the races. Riley Smith up to the 35, 30, 25. He's going to be wrapped up to 25. No, makes him miss. Now he's finally pushed out of bounds. Near the 20-yard line, Riley Smith with a shimmy and a shake and a shimmy and another shake and two more shakes, and finds his way all the way to the 20-yard line. We'll have to go.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. We'll have to have Zach check that clock here quick because we got to be inside of a minute. Pekin does have a timeout. That was he came to the near side, right back up the middle, and then back to the far side, and then turned back around. So we got 28 seconds remaining here as Will Adams, is empty. Comes the snap. Henry throws it right up the seam to Glick. Glick catches it, and he's in for the score. No, they're going to say he's just shy, so Pekin's going to have to hurry up here with just 28 seconds left. Probably inside 20 now. They're just going to hustle up because you also don't want to score with too much time and give it right back. Adam is right up there. He's got Glick to his left. Snaps, and a timeout is called now by Danville. So we'll check that clock here, but a timeout taken by Danville is Glick. It looked like from here that he was in. However, they're spotting him at just inside the 1 yard line. So
they're not going to check the replay on that. High school football?
No. They'd have to go to stage and
I don't know the way the stream is.
Just 13 seconds remaining, but heads up by Pekin there to hustle down the field and get set up because you won in that spot. You actually want the clock to keep going for a little while anyway. Give yourself a little bit of buffer to run a play or two to punch it in, but little amount of time possible if you got to give the ball back. 20. So 13 seconds, is that right, Zach? Is that what that said, 13 seconds?
Yep, 13 seconds left.
All right. I'll try the one Mississippi thing and see if that works. As Henry's got Glick to his left, or Will Adams got Henry Adams to his right, Glick to his left. Direct snap to Glick, and it's whistled dead. Flag in, so that is a full start on the Panthers. Well, there should still be 13 seconds on the clock because the play was whistled dead before it started, but we are away, so wouldn't be surprised if a second ticked off. That'll move them back 5, so call it first and goal from the 6 now. Panthers still do have that one timeout. With 13 seconds, it's enough time to run any play you really want to run and then take your timeout. But if you do that, and the play takes a little while and you have to use that timeout, then you probably have to attempt a field goal. I'm not sure what's going on down there right now. I think Pekin was trying to come to the line before the officials gave the okay to play. Here's Will Adam. He's got Henry and Glick up in the up back positions. Henry's going to come in motion. Will misses the ball and then slips as he takes off, but finds his way into the end zone anyway. Touchdown, Panthers. Right back in. It was questionable. He had to get traction like a tractor to get into that Sinclair tractor touchdown, as the snap was low and had to come up with it. And here comes Henry Adams to attempt the point after.
That is actually Will Adams' third rushing touchdown of the night. So that's pretty good. Pretty good for him. He scored 3 of the offensive touchdowns. And then number 15, Henry Adams, scored a rushing touchdown. And then Robert Brown scored a pick 6 on the interception there.
With the point after made, that makes our score 34-3 with what I'm going to guesstimate to be about 5 seconds left in the first half. As the Panthers will have to kick it off to Danville, and as a reminder, they can go for the daily double here, and the Panthers will get the ball right back to start the second half. So they lead 34-3, and have already found themselves into a position where they can get this continuous clock running for the third game in a row. Of course, that'll have to wait till the second half. We'll see.
Hey, we thank Helmuth Ford for being our headline sponsor on Pekin football broadcasts, as well as all of our sponsors who are rotating down in your bottom right corner throughout the game tonight. Everybody making things possible. And Will Adam, guys, looking pretty tough if we're looking towards the Daisy Dew Landscaping Player of the Game.
Certainly has been a lot of it. You got to keep our eye on this defense, though, because we're 2.5 games into this season, and Pekin's only given up 3 points. So It may not be one individual player that's outstanding on the defense, but certainly they are proving that they are a force to be reckoned with. Here's a squib kick, gets past the return man. He picks it up, fields it all the way back at the 5-yard line. He's tackled almost immediately. He's going to get out to about the 15-yard line, and you got to assume, I think he might have touched it. If he did touch it, that would end the half. No, they're going to say there's still clock time on the clock again. We can't see the clock. I would assume. You would assume Danville will down it here, but you never know. Wouldn't be surprised to see Pekin throw somebody back at about midfield. We'll see. 3.8 seconds left. Okay. And Danville does just take a knee, and we will head to halftime with the Panthers leading by a score of 34-3 here at Danville High School.
And out come all the giant heads and faces, cardboard cutouts in the audience. Hey, we thank all of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible. Helmuth Ford, our headliner, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, as well as Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa, Fairfield Precast Concrete, Sigourney Body Shop, Shetler Insurance Services, Pilot Road Savings Bank, Copeland Auto Body, Son-in-Law Services, as well as Nutrient Ag Solutions, Cranston Family Funeral Home, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Federation Bank, Sinclair Napa, Sinclair Tractor, Oski Dental, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Barn Wired, and South Ottumwa Savings Bank, all bringing us our broadcast tonight. And again, apologies, the Wi-Fi here in Danville isn't the greatest tonight, but we thank you for sticking with us throughout the broadcast. We are now at halftime, 34-3 in favor of Pekin. Let's bring this up, guys, and we'll be back with more later on at halftime here on Steve Shetler Media. All right, we are back here live on Steve Shetler Media after halftime, and it's 34-3 in favor of Pekin. We are at Danville tonight, and again, we do thank all of our sponsors, including Helmuth Ford, for being our headliner. Josh and Zach, what is going on? Have you learned anything good at halftime?
Not a lot. We do got some scores updates that will be rolling across the bottom of your screen. But we are set for kickoff here. As a reminder, Pekin does get the ball to start this second half. And they will, as you can probably see on your screen, be going from on your camera from left to right to start things off. So we'll get things going here shortly. I'm going to look where I wrote down them scores I was checking in on while we were away. Of course, you can see them at the bottom of your screen, as Steve has mentioned. But Grinnell leads Oski 26-0. North Mahaska leads Central Decatur 41-0. Ottumwa is leading 27-13. Was it Des Moines Lincoln? Is that what they were playing?
I believe so.
Eddyville Blakesford Fremont is trailing East Marshall 28-0 as we're ready for the kickoff. Mid Prairie leads Sigourney 7-6 at halftime. He's received far left half by Glick. He's coming all the way to the near side of the field, covering a lot of grass. Turns the corner, gets past the 30 to the 40. He's going to step out of bounds about the 43-yard line. So Nolan Glick runs about 100 yards there. He's going to get about, call it 15 to 20 on the return. And that's where the Panthers will start their first drive of the second half.
The Panthers have been doing pretty good there in the first half. They found their groove. The defensive line and offensive line have been holding up, especially there. Will Adam having a lot of open opportunities. Like I said, he scored 3 touchdowns. Let's hope here over in the second half they do the same thing so they can up that score a little bit.
Yep, currently leading 34-3. As Adam sends a man in motion to the far side. That was Robert Brown, who actually goes backwards before he can't get turned upfield, so that'll go down for a loss. Mark it as a loss of 2 officially, so second down and 12 for the Panthers. As we'll see what they can do here with behind the sticks, if you will. Not familiar territory for these Panthers. So here comes Glick in motion, fakes the handoff to him. Will out and takes it to the left. He's off the tackle, past the 50 to the 45-40. Cutting all the way back across the field, 35-30. He gets a hole to the 20, 10, touchdown. Will Adam with a 62-yard scamper all the way into a Sinclair Tractor touchdown. And that will move our score to 40-3 with we can't be much more than a minute into the second half. First play went for -2 yards. Next play for 62. 43 is our score as Henry Adam will attempt the point after try. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good. And the Panthers lead 41-3 here in the early goings of the second half.
Well, Josh, Steve, I think Pekin found their new field goal kicker there. He's gone 4 for 4 this game. Yeah, that's all I really got to say. He's a pretty good kicker, and I think they found a good ally now where now they don't have to rely on that 2-point conversion to get extra points. Henry Adam has a good leg. Now that he's adapted to it and he's used to how he can kick there. He knows he has a leg. He has like 4 positions now he plays. I think they found themselves a good field goal kicker and consistent field goal kicker too.
Well, and it's good to see that because when you get into as they progress through the season and maybe get into tighter games, those points become really important. But they do now lead 41-3. Panthers will kick it back off to the Bears. That will spawn the continuous clock. 35-point differential. Anytime there's a 35-point differential in high school football, the continuous clock will run. The clock will only stop if a team takes a timeout, a score, if the referee signals, and I do believe a turnover on downs will stop the clock as well. Okay, 10:51 to go, so just over a minute is all that took. As Adam kicks it deep. This one's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line. Running straight up the field this time, and Matt hit a couple guys, makes a couple guys miss, and gets a decent return all the way up to the 40-yard line. That's where the Bears will start their first possession of the second half. That was Grady Walker. So they'll start their first drive right on the 40-yard line, right on their own 40. As Danville comes set in a tight formation here. They do have one receiver split out, and they're going to motion another one out. It's going to be handoff up the middle. Met by Henry Adam hard, just past the 40, driven back. Small gain there on that one. Probably about 2 yards. It'll bring second down and 8.
Henry Adam there has been a key asset to this defense. He's had a lot of good tackles there. He's had 3 for losses, actually. So he's been a key aspect of that defense, especially with the running game for the offense for the Danville. He's always stopped them. I think most he's allowed them was like 3 yards. So that's a pretty good stat there for Henry Adam.
Here comes the Bear, hands off up the middle. He's going to dance around for a little bit and rip backwards. Who was that pulled him back? That was Alton Williams. That runner penetrated the hole, and Alton just grabbed him and said, "Get back over here." For no gain. So it'll be third down and 8 for the Bears. And yeah, the Pekin defense, as much as it's easy to look at the offense and the game that like Will Adams having tonight and stuff, but his defense, we're third quarter of the third game of the season and only 3 points given up, which is pretty impressive. It's just been a total team effort. No individual real standouts. As the Bears come up here, they're going to motion to an empty set. They're going to look for a swing to the right. Nope. Now he's going to drop back. Throws up the middle of the field. This is nearly intercepted. It could have been intercepted. It's going to depend on the official's call. It looked like he might have been out of bounds. And they do say it was an incomplete pass. So
The thing is, too, Josh, is one key player that hasn't been playing the past couple days is number 67, Isaac Sylvester. He's a scary player as well to go up against. He's big, he's strong, and don't make him mad. I've seen a couple games where he gets angry, and he's a pretty good defensive line player, and offensive lineman. That'll just make their line even stronger, and they haven't had him the past couple days, so only allowing that many points is pretty crazy to think about.
As Will Adam receives this punt at his 20, turns the corner, and he looks like he's got a gap. All the way down, kicker to beat, cuts back across the middle of the field, inside the 30, 20, 10. Will Adam, I do believe. And there's actually a flag on the play all the way back at the 40-yard line. That was that? That was actually Riley Smith. My apologies there. So that penalty flag will negate that. That flag did not come out until Smith was in the end zone. And it's all the way back at the Panther 39-yard line. Personal foul. I'm guessing a block in the back. Or a crack back block, one of the two. We can't see the signal from here as the referee faces the other way, but they're going to say it was at the 39. They're going to march them all the way back, be inside just inside the 25 the 24-yard line. So negates the long punt return by Smith. That's the my bad.
Will Smith.
Will Smith Riley Smith, my bad. Nonetheless, they'll start at the 24, but that is, I believe, the third time Pekin's been called for that. That blindside block, crackback block, whatever you want to call it. Here comes Will Adam. Snap, hands it off to Henry. Henry to the left side, and he falls forward for a decent gain on first down. Be about a second down and 6, maybe a long 5. Here come the Panthers. Direct snap to Glick. He's going to run to the near side. Cuts back towards the middle of the field. Wrapped up immediately, but dragging the defender with him. Is still going all the way up to the 35-yard line. Going to be just shy of the line to gain for a first, I do believe. No, they're going to give him the first down. On the spot, they give him a good spot there. Spotted it actually at the 35, so they give him first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers now. Right back up on the line. Adam Lone in the backfield. Henry and Nolan up the up back. He's going to drop back to pass. Rolls to the near side. He's in trouble. Gets a block. Wiggles his way out of it. He's got a lot of green grass in front of him up to the 40, 45. He's dancing around right at midfield, and that's where he's going to get stacked up by almost the whole Danville team. And Pekin faithful wanting to flag there as Adam was thrown to the ground long after the whistles blew, but nothing doing. It is a first down for Pekin, and they're going to spot him at the 47-yard line. Again, we're in the third quarter here with Pekin leading 41-3. Continuous clock is running as they work on this offensive drive. Adam takes snap, quick fling out to the flat to Robert Brown. He cuts out to the outside. He breaks free all the way down to the 30. One man to miss. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Oh, they actually spot him at the 23, so great pick up there by Robert Brown running the swing pass out of the flat. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Pekin as we wind our way through this third period. Adams got Glick to his left. It's going to be a handoff to Glick. Right up the middle he goes. Runs over the first defender, falls forward. Decent gain there on first down. Nolan Glick just really, I think he lives to lower his shoulder. He gets that hole, and as soon as he sees that defender, those shoulder pads go down, and he just starts trucking his legs and really pushes them backward.
It's a little scary, though, because when you see him sometimes, the way he tackles, it looks like he's almost going head first, and that's one thing you really want to watch. Especially this early in the season on Game 3. You got a whole lot of season left to do, and we don't want any concussions, especially when you're Nolan Glick and you're one of the big key assets to your team.
Yeah, here's an official's timeout. Okay. The scoreboard that we cannot see has shut off. So officials take a timeout.
Now nobody can see it.
Yeah. That tree just grew a whole bunch more foliage. Well, while we wait, Steve, you want to thank our sponsors for making it possible?
Sure can. And by the way, we did have a request to see if we could find a Lisbon score. So if you can have one of those handy. We do thank Helmuth Ford for being our headline sponsor on Pekin football. We've got Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Fairfield Precast Concrete, Sigourney Body Shop, Shetler Insurance Services, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, Copeland Auto Body, Son-in-Law Services, South Ottumwa Savings Bank, Let's see here. Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Oski Dental, Sinclair Tractor, and Sinclair Napa. Federation Bank, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Cranston Family Funeral Home, Nutrient Ag Solutions, and Bridget's Public House. And, of course, later on, we'll be picking the Daisy Dew Landscaping Player of the Game. Looks like we've gone into a full timeout here.
Yeah, I still don't see it on. I mean, I guess if they have to, they'll have to keep time on their watch. I'm searching for that Lisbon score, and I'm not seeing a lot. I'm going to keep scrolling here. I might find a page that would actually update it.
While you're looking for that, just a reminder, you can tune in tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for the sports section. We'll be live from Brothers Market in Sigourney. Pekin coach Clint Weber will be on. He's always on. He's the first segment every week at 8 a.m. We'll also have Sigourney Kyoto coach Jared Jensen coming up during tomorrow's game or tomorrow's sports section as well from Brothers Market. So make sure you tune in then.
All right, well, I did find a couple of score updates in Class A District 5. Highland leads Van Buren County 6-0, and Lisbon leads Columbus Community 35-6 in the third quarter. So Lisbon rolling much like Pekin is here tonight, and of course they're taking care of business against Columbus, which is Pekin's next week's opponent. The following week, the Panthers do make the trip up to Lisbon for at this point, the de facto or essentially the district championship game. Even though there's plenty of season left to be played, but right now those two teams looking like the two teams to beat, Pekin and Lisbon. So, of course, we'll be here next Friday, or back in Pekin next Friday as Columbus comes to town, and then up to Lisbon the following week. So. The Highland Van Buren game is in the third quarter as well.
Looks like we got lights on the scoreboard.
Yep, we sure do.
Seen through the tree.
Wise is going to go check her out. I thought for a second I had a HLVTC update, but I do not. It was a misleading thing. Here comes a handoff to Glick up the middle. He cuts back to the left. He's got a seam all the way down and inside, close to the goal line. He's going to be close to in. We'll see where they spot it. Just short, probably about the 1 yard line. 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in this continuous clock of this third period. Pekin currently leads. After reading through all those scores, I almost forgot that it is 41-3 in favor of Pekin right now. Looking with the first and goal inside the 1 yard line. Got to assume we're going to see a 47-3 here shortly. No, here's a bad snap, but handled by, is that Will Adam that ran the rest of the way in? Will Adam again. And say him and Riley Smith both battling for the ball there. Is that his 5th touchdown of the game?
Yeah, that's his 5th touchdown of the game, and then looks like Henry Adam had one at the beginning of the game, but no, Will Adam here with 5 touchdowns of the game. That's a pretty impressive stat here.
Yeah, it'll be hard to look past that when it comes to Daisy Duke Landscape Player of the Game.
Yeah.
Even though I really want to put in there, and actually Pekin's going to go for 2 here. It's a direct snap to Glick. He goes around the right side, hits the first man, pushes his way forward, and he is just shy. So 2-point conversion is failed. And that's interesting. Not sure why. I don't understand why they did that after Henry Adams been kicking the point afters and being successful. I'm looking around for him. I actually don't see him right now. that could be why Riley Smith was in the backfield too. I do not see Henry Adam on the sideline. Oh, he's out to kick off. Okay, that's why he's not on the sideline. So who knows? We had to tie his shoe. Nonetheless, it is 47-3. Very little time left here in the third quarter on this continuous clock.
I know that we're talking here about the player of the game, and yeah, Will Adam with the 5 touchdowns, but let's not forget yet about Caden Bender on the defensive line. Had a couple key plays there and is not letting anybody touch Will, and he's always rushing towards the quarterback from Danville. He's been a key aspect there to the defense, so let's not sleep on him yet either.
Yeah, that's what we talked about a bit ago. Of course, all the points that Pekin's been scoring this year, it's almost more impressive the amount of points the other team has not been scoring at this point in the season. Just about through 3 3/4 of a game or 2 3/4 of a game, and only allowing 3 points. Here comes a deep kickoff by Henry. Is fielded at the 10. Coming up the field and cutting right as Whaley makes a couple guys miss, shuffles his way to the outside. He's up about the 35-yard line before he is brought down by Reed Waterman. Did I say it right? Waterman.
Yep,
good.
You did.
Make everybody at home happy.
Read out there for Glick. Okay.
I was just doing the math in my head, and Pekin has scored 177 points in the last 3 games so far, and have only allowed 3 points.
Yeah, they do in the state. They do lead the state of Iowa. We'll get to that in a second after this play. A lot of reserves out there on the field now. A lot of clean white jerseys, starting to file in the second stringers. Here comes handoff up the middle, rolling outside, and then hit hard. Being drugged down from behind initially by Cal Miller before play getting cleaned up, and now I can hear the sirens. That is the end of the third quarter. Pekin leads 47-3. 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's been all Panthers tonight.
Hey, a big thanks to all of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible here on Steve Shuttler Media. Again, we're heading into the fourth quarter. Pekin up 47-3 at Danville tonight. And Helmuth Ford, our headline sponsor. Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics also on board. Fairfield Precast Concrete. Sigourney Body Shop. Shuttler Insurance Services. Bridget's Public House. Pilot Grove Savings Bank. Copeland Auto Body. We also have Son-in-Law Services, South Ottumwa Savings Bank, Barnwired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Oski Dental, Sinclair Tractors, Sinclair Napa, Federation Bank, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Cranston Family Funeral Home, and Nutrient Ag Solutions, as well as Bridget's Public House. That's a tough phrase to say. Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa. Have you guys seen any of the... We're running a commercial for Bridget's Public House in the morning. I tell you what, that is a unique Irish setting in Oskaloosa, so check that out.
I have not been there. I certainly put it on my list of places to go here in southeast Iowa, but...
On this side.
Now, I was thinking before we kick things off, if we can't find one player, would it be possible to do players of the game?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No, it's got to be one.
Hard. Okay. I got to be keeping my eye on this the whole quarter.
And if you guys pick the defense, then Zach, for the picture after the game, you have to get all of the defense to get in the picture.
Here comes a rollout to the left, throwing it deep down the field. He's got a man wide open. He catches it at the 30, and off to the races he goes, being caught from behind. Great pursuit out there by Landon Crow to save the touchdown, as we were just talking about how stout the defense have been. Mind you, at this point, There's a lot of very clean white jerseys out there on the field, kind of mixed in with some of the starters. But that brings them all the way down to the 7-yard line. First and goal for the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Wasn't going to do it, but now I know it's okay.
Snap, handoff up the middle. He's wrapped up immediately and driven backwards. Nothing doing there. We saw Danville get down in this area earlier tonight. Score was a completely different thing at that time, and one of those players we were talking about, and Caden Bender saved what would be a pick six essentially, and then the Panther defense was able to hold strong down here inside the 5 and see if they can do it again. Of course, I would assume Danville's going end zone or bust here. I can't imagine they'd send a field goal kicker out if Pekin can hold him to a 4th down. Unless here's a drop back, quick pass, running through the offensive line like a cannonball was that was Caden Bender again. So
I think he scared Danville's quarterback there. I think I saw him jolt all the way from up here. Caden Bender, he blocked one guy trying to rush towards him.
Yeah.
So that was a good play by Caden Bender. I couldn't see who tackled him there and who got the tackle.
No.
Bob's on the sideline. He's getting a play. Oh, he's getting a play. Okay. I saw a guy coming on when he was leaving. So.
Yeah, it looked like a bowling ball hitting some pins there as Bender and Alton Williams up there in the defensive tackle positions. Got trips to the far side, twins to the near side. Here's a snap. Roll to the right. He's looking end zone, fires, and completed for a touchdown for the Bears to Kessler Whaley. So the Bears get their first score of the game, and some type of firework or something just went off. At least I hope that's what it was. Hopefully it wasn't the scoreboard. I don't know. Something blew up. 9:36 to go here in the 4th quarter with the continuous clock running, and the Bears able to tack 6 on the board. It was 47-9 waiting the point after try. Snap and hold are good. Kick is up. Looks good and is signaled good. So 47-10 is the score as Danville will kick it back off to Pekin here. Score remains a 37-point differential, so continuous clock will continue running in the 4th quarter here. And I just said the time, and I don't remember what I said, but was it
9:36?
9:36.
When he said that.
Which is just before the score. So we're probably right about 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go here. 4th quarter, again, continuous clock. Very short time. Of course, both teams do have all 3 timeouts. Would expect to see the Will Adam, Henry Adam, and Nolan Glick show here if Pekin sends their starters back out. Yep, a quick score update. Mid Prairie just punched in another one. They lead 13-6 over Sigourney Keota with 8:48 to go in the 3rd period. They're trying the point after right now. And we'll look after this kickoff, try to get some of the scores updated.
Looking for onside up here.
Mid Prairie completed the point after, so it was 14-6 there.
I would move Davis Elijah up 5. Second row needs to be moved up a little bit, at least 5. Not all. Oh.
And here we go.
Henry can stay back. Henry can stay back. They're all right.
Pekin adjusting their up backs just a little bit, just in case Danville tries something funky here. Here's the kick. And it is whistled dead. The head official was whistling that from the far sideline. They're going to call a false start on the kicking team. delay of game. Well, that'll march them back 5, so kick off from the 35 now.
Okay, everybody up 5. Everybody up 5.
And we'll try this again. As I continue to look up some scores here, see if I can find anything else on those other games. Kick is away. Muffed out there initially. Picked back up by Brown. He's around the near side. He's got to see him all the way up to about midfield before he runs himself out of bounds. So Pekin right back to midfield. Good starting field position. We'll see if all the starters on offense remain out there. Looks like Will Adam is going back out there. Didn't know. A little over 9 to play. Any type of points or sustained drive here, and you would think you will start to see some of the second string offense come in. Adam is empty. Back behind. He's going to pump fake. Drop back. Throws it up the middle. He's got Robert Brown, who's caught up at the 35-yard line. Robert Brown with a nice little crossing around and across the middle of the field. Pulled down at the 35, and it's a first down for the Panthers. Panthers not taking their foot off the gas here. Danville kind of sold out on the run there, expecting Pekin to keep the clock running, and they did keep the clock running, but got about 15 yards in the process. Nolan Glick comes in motion, fake hand off to him. Will Adam goes to the left side, has to dance around. The blocker gets outside all the way down the left field or left sideline, and in for the score is Will Adam. Touchdown number 6, but is going to be negated as there is a flag on the field. I believe it was another. I'm call it block in the back.
I think on number 65, Caden Bender. But in my eyes, that didn't look like a bad block.
Yeah, I don't know. Nonetheless, the 10-yard penalties, first and 20. Had to have been a 15-yard penalty. It just must have happened up the field a little ways. Here comes Will Adam. He's going to fake it to Glick again. He's going to keep it, goes up the middle. This time cuts right back outside. And another flag comes in as Adam's dancing around. If he knows any better, there is an injured bear and a flag laying on about the 50-yard line. Will Adam runs out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. And now as the injured bear gets up off the field, sorry, that is Deacon Hupp. He threw his helmet and is flagged for that, so we'll just do it again. I'm guessing this will negate it. It'll go personal foul. Will go on him. You can get 2 of those a game. Is easy. Don't get emotions can run wild in these games, but Will Adam, another long run negated. His head official waves his arm. They stopped the clock because the clock would have been laying at the 48-yard line and one laying at the 43. The 43 is where the helmet throw was. The other one was, again, just going to call it back, or blindside block. As the officials continue to discuss this, Yeah. Zach's going to go see how much time we got left. He's going to make some signals. So he's going to run over and talk to the Danville coach.
Giving him the business.
Yeah, I mean, this...
It's like 5:45 left of the fourth quarter here, but the clock has stopped.
He's giving him an unsportsmanlike conduct and throwing the helmet. He's pointed both signals. He's pointed towards Danville. So are they calling it unsportsmanlike? And I'm pretty sure he showed face mask, but I don't know. Danville coach certainly is not happy with what's going on right now as he throws his fist at or throws his hand, I should say, towards the referee and walks away. So, I don't know where the ball's going to end up, but Danville's backing up.
What I've been seeing here with Caden Bender and Alton Williams.
And so
here,
both of those penalties must have been on Danville because they're marching, peeking forward.
well, the thing is here is when you're on the line, you can't grab on their shoulder pads here because that's why Bender is falling on him here. I saw it also with Williams there. You can't grab up there near where the neck's at.
That'd be defensive holding, which would have been 10 yards. And unsportsmanlike conduct, another 15. So 25 yards. And I believe those are both from either the line of scrimmage or spot of the foul, depending on whichever's closer. So now it's all the way down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Panthers. Will Adam takes a low snap, hands it off to Henry Adam, and he pushes his way in for the Panther touchdown.
That is Henry Adams' second touchdown of the night.
Who else was? Did Will come off?
This will be
What I'm seeing here with Pekin's
53 to 10. It'll be interesting. Yeah, and so Henry Adams back out there at point to try the point after. So he had to like maybe shoe untied or something going on in that last one because that was really weird that he didn't kick that last one. Who knows? Nonetheless, he'll try one here. First one he's kicked this direction. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick looks good. $54-10 is our score. With, did you just check the time during those penalties? I don't know. Did you? Yeah, Zach's gonna go check the time for us here, quick. Got to be getting close to that 7.5 to 8 minute mark. They did stop the clock for that to figure out that whole penalty situation. Sigourney and Mid Prairie remain at 14-6. Just say it. Oh, we got a lot more time left. 5:28 to go in the game. Might have just scored. I believe it was North Mahaska, so 62-16.
North
there.
Mahaska's ahead?
Yep. Eddyville's game is final. They lost 35-0 to East Marshall.
Tell that to me again, Josh. I always hear one in the ear, out and out the
Well,
other.
the problem is I didn't write it down, and
right.
I don't know. But
ABF
Eddyville did.
was getting beaten
Eddyville lost. Yes. Here's a kickoff by Henry Adam. Another deep kick fielded right about the 5-yard line. And making his way up to where another flag comes in as
It's like a fist was thrown there by number 3 from Danville. Number
Yeah.
58.
And if that's the case, we'll see what this call is. If that's some type of personal foul against Danville,
From what I saw, it looked like he grabbed him down on the ground and threw a punch as he was on the ground. Good thing Pekin kept his cool there and got up before something bad happened there.
Head referee did not signal yet. As they're going to discuss it at the 30-yard line. Still discussing it. Pointing at things. They call it holding on Danville. So they didn't see the punch thrown, and there's a game film guys up here that rewound it a little bit and watched, and Zach was right. There was a punch thrown, but is now clearly Danville losing their cool, and if you're the Panthers, you got to keep your cool here and really be mind forward that just defend yourself, but don't get caught in a scrum. And be a lot of second team guys out there now. They're in a tough angle to really see numbers right now for us. Sheridan leads Albia 14-7 at halftime. Here's a rollout. And they're going to push him towards the out-of-bounds line. He gets rid of it just in time. Incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10. Ball is at the 12-yard line of Danville's.
Good play again by number 65, Caden Bender there.
Ottumwa leads Des Moines Lincoln 41-13. It looks like it's at halftime right now. And here's a run up the middle, not much doing there for the Bears. I got that one. Third and 4 here. Deep in Bears territory. Last couple of minutes of the continuous clock here as Pekin leads 54-10. Going to come away and leave this game 3-0. Point differential, we were briefly mentioned that earlier, but you go and look at the high school, the power index, if you will. Here comes a quarterback keeper running to the left, waiting for some blocks out there to develop. He breaks the corner, gets around, threw all the way up to about the 50 or 45-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. So they'll pick up a first down and keep the drive alive. Looking at Class A, at some of the what they call the power rankings. Do with them what you will, but one thing that stands out for Pekin is their scoring differential, and it's gonna stay way up there, easily highest in the state in Class A, but at a plus 65 differential. So we talk about that defense. We talk about Daisy Dew landscape player of the game offensively with the amount of points they've scored, but it's a lack of points of the other team, and it's really hard with this defense, this Panthers defense, which is a good thing. That it's hard to pick out one because they're all continuously throwing in the effort and stuff like that. I want to lean towards Caden Bender just in the fact of I feel like that point in the game, I think Pekin was ahead 6-0 at that time when that interception was thrown. He took the right angle and saved that from being a pick six, and Pekin was able to come up with the stop. Ultimately, he was out there. Of course, he's on the offensive line. It's not a glory position that you're going to be doing a lot, but with the ability of Pekin able to move the ball and Henry Adam to run like he can, Caden Bender has obviously been a big part of that, and I think that just stands out to me on the defensive side. What are your thoughts there, Zach, as Danville gets another first down here as they cross midfield?
I'm going to have to agree with you, Josh. A lot of people don't think about this, but defense wins games, and it's just a fact that they have to face now. And Caden Bender has had a lot of good calls today.
That's incorrect, Zach. Punting wins games.
Oh, all right.
Hunting is winning.
Well, and Pekin's defense today, defense has been winning games, and Caden Bender has been a huge asset to their defense. And it's not just this game, but every single game that he's played this year. Like you said there, with him holding them and stopping them from the interception drive in the first quarter there, but also just the play you saw a little bit ago, he is just ripping through their offensive line and getting to that quarterback. He's pressured that quarterback at least 6 times that I can count in this whole game.
Here's a botched snap, and quarterback's in trouble, but does get rid of it, throws it out of bounds. Incomplete pass. It was 1st and 15 there. It'll be now 2nd and 15. So we in agreement. We're going to go defensively, even though Will Adam had 5 touchdowns on the night. Plus, we gave it to him on the first game of the season.
Cardinal,
yep. I think that's signed, sealed, and delivered to you, Steve.
All right.
So Daisy
Make
Duke
that graphic and put it up tomorrow.
And here's a penetration. He just tops it, throws it away, out of bounds, underhand. Does the quarterback to avoid the sack. Should be intentional grounding, but no flag thrown. We got to be really near the end of the game here, so the officials probably just letting the clock run out. It's 58 seconds left as that play ended. Nonetheless, doesn't really matter. It's 3rd down and 15. Any score now would just kind of we go on the stat board. Here's quad receivers to the near side. Now they're going to send 2 over to the far side, so you'll have trips to the far side, twins to the near side, empty backfield. Bauer takes the snap, rolls to the near side, immediately in trouble, tosses a floater pass up, and it's to no one. Lands in the grass. That brings up 4th down and 15. Danville probably would run an offensive play if they have to. It looks like they're inside 40 seconds, so they won't have to run a play, and they're just going to walk to the sideline. And the officials whack the game, so Pekin is officially 3-0 with the win, 54-10 here tonight. And obviously congratulations to Caden Bender being our Daisy Dew Landscape Player of the Game here tonight.
It'd be interesting, since things got a little chippy there at the end of the game, how these handshakes go, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, on the field versus getting to the sideline and getting a coach in your ear, I think can settle you down in a hurry. I know what coaches I've had in the past, if you start getting a little out of hand, what they can say to you. It can calm you down in a hurry. So,
So Zach Wise has gone down to the field to get some post-game reactions that we'll be sure to post tomorrow morning. Just so you guys see at home, we have these giant cardboard faces that have been made that get brought to every Pekin game as the Pekin players come over to sing the fight song. So do we have any closing thoughts here?
I think me personally looking into this game, I thought it would be kind of a one-sided victory, maybe a little bit tighter than the first 2 weeks, but then again, it's high school football. You really don't know what each team is without seeing them play live. The stats are limited. Coverage is somewhat limited to go back and find these games. So you don't know. So Pekin's just proven over and over again they can score and they can hold you. I mean, any team, regardless of the competition, getting second string players in there, and through 3 games they've only allowed 10 points total. And besides the start of the game until Pekin gets there, they've got the continuous clock running in every game, right about the halftime mark, if not before. So, it's still a bright season. I mean, you got Columbus coming up next. They're getting handled here by Lisbon here tonight, but Columbus comes to Pekin next week, and then you go up to Lisbon to face a potential battle of unbeatens. But all these games too, what they do is if the competition isn't up to snuff and you're just winning because of that, what they do is give you the confidence that that you can compete with anybody. So no, with that, I think I am good for the night. Steve?
And again, we'll give Daisy Dew Landscaping some love on the screen. Again, Josh, who is our player of the game?
Caden Bender was the Daisy Dew Landscape player of the game. He got that just continuous offensive line play, creating holes. Yeah, I mean, and again, the offensive line and the defensive line, it's hard to put stats to them besides tackles, but just seeing them constantly breaking through on the defensive side, offensive side, opening up holes. But I think what put him over the top there was that the interception that Will Adam did throw, Caden immediately took the backward angle, got there, saved the end zone, or saved the touchdown score. At that point, it was 6-0. Stopped Danville from getting into the end zone. They had to settle for a field goal. And then Pekin just kind of took off from there. And, the way that the game of football goes, if Danville punches that in there and takes the lead, we could have had a completely different ball game on our hands. So, Caden Bender, your Daisy Dew Landscape player of the game.
All right, Josh, we're going to call it a night here in Danville. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. I know the Wi-Fi was kind of in and out a little bit throughout the night, but we made it through the broadcast. Pekin 3-0, and we'll be back in Pekin next week, next Friday night, here on Steve Shetler Media. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.